Your Excellency, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, great club of friends, good afternoon. I would really like to thank you very much sincerely for being here today, and would especially, of course, like to extend a very warm welcome on behalf of the ECFA Advisory Council to His Excellency Kairat Abrahmanov, Foreign Minister of the Republic of Kazakhstan, and also the new honorary president of our ECFA Council. Finally, before I open the board meeting to general discussion among our members, I would like to call upon the director, Mr. Rawan Kensekanuri.
Thank you all for being here today for the fourth annual meeting of the ECFA in the beautiful setting of Cliveden House. It has been an extremely productive year for the ECFA, and I am pleased to offer a brief report on our progress.
Intellectually, this is one of the most challenging time, and wonderful for scientists and the people that are involved in that kind of researches, but for people that are decision makers, this is very difficult. We are talking about different countries, different languages, different cultures, and different influences.
Frattini has asked for the floor. Franco.
Yes, I would say something about European Union, because having been working in Europe...
you know something about it.
I know something. There are three areas, and Central Asia is another opportunity to play a role, as you said, Boris, to avoid to be irrelevant as European Union.
EU was a creation of normative minds, and unlike Norman, I'm going to talk about the EU. I mean, partly because I was in favour of us staying in it, but anyway, because I have opinions about it. And I was very struck in the occasional paper that the ECFA produced on the Belt and Road Initiative, which I thought was very, very balanced.
I am so honoured and delighted to assume this title. Everyone here has some title, so for me, really, this is a club, very much, a club of heads of state, government, and such a political and establishment. I am really very, very much honored and humble. I am very humble servant here.
Alexander and I think that is an expression of the current situation. We reminded ourselves here before we started the meeting that when we were sitting beside each other at NATO summits and other international conferences because of the alphabet, Norway and Poland, we were gathered in an atmosphere of optimism around 15 years ago, plus minus. And in some years ahead of us, we will be in another atmosphere, hopefully, of more optimism again.
Simply, I'm very glad to present to you my good friend. He is represented together with Roman a young generation of Kazakh diplomacy. But continuity based on our long-term vision, chalked by the president, is with us. So I am absolutely glad, and thank you, of course, for offering me to stay with the council. I'm absolutely happy and glad to be with you.
I am absolutely delighted to be at this 4th annual meeting of the Advisory Board of the Eurasian Council for Foreign Affairs. I particularly thank Minister Abrahamov to be the honorary president of our meeting here. I also would like to thank the former Minister of Foreign Affairs, His Excellency Erlan Idrisov, because he has been the one to set this group up. And finally, I would like to say that we are very, very pleased and delighted to have Viscount Astor here. He is the former proprietor of Cliveden House, so it's really a delight and an honor to have him as one of our distinguished dinner guests.
It's really remarkable and exciting to see that ECFA has become such an effective platform to strengthen relations between Europe and Central Asia. I'd like to thank all members of the Council and people who support us in this endeavor for making it happen.
We are very happy representing Belt and Road Initiative, Special Project Committee of China Marine Strategy Forum this year to join ECFA annual meeting in London.
The Eurasian Council is an excellent initiative because Central Asia is a crucially important part of the world. It didn't have the opportunity to represent its own interests for 150 years, and now it's become a very significant part of that whole Eurasian landmass, with China at one end, Europe at the other, but now Central Asia in the middle. And the Eurasian Council is part of the way of promoting the interests of that region.
Your Excellencies, Mr. Minister, my lords, ladies, gentlemen, ministers, presidents, prime ministers, distinguished guests, great friends. Thank you very much again for joining us.
I'm particularly pleased to be able to come in a bit of a rush to welcome my good friend, the Foreign Minister, Mr. Abdrakhmanov, who I, of course, met in Kazakhstan a few months ago. You are very welcome here, sir, and thank you very much for coming to participate in what is a very fruitful strategic dialogue between our two countries.
Thank you very, very much, dear Benita, our dear Chair of the Advisory Council, for your very kind introduction. In fact, this is quite an occasion for me to come back to London after where I served in the beginning of the 21st century, in fact.
If we meet across borders and have a dialogue, listen to each other more than teaching each other, then we build understanding and a platform for reconciliation and peace. So let me propose a toast for our Council, for our annual meeting, and for this delicious dinner.